Hello there, YouTube. How you doing? Lucy in the Sky here, coming at you. Wanted to make a quick video, just kind of discuss something to you that has come to my mind. This video is going to be a little bit more on the topic of dementia. I've been loving the MLM talk, and I'm going to continue to cover that kind of angle on the MLM. Send in your MLM horror stories. I'll put my email back in the description at all times. But I did have a gal come to me, send me a message, and asked if it was okay if she sent somebody else's, someone she knew, her MLM story in, her friends. And I said, absolutely. I won't use any names if you don't want me to. But even if the horror story isn't even you necessarily, any MLM horror stories, I am willing to listen to. And I am especially, like I keep saying, if it is an MLM that targets somebody with a medical condition. Those are the worst. But yeah, any MLM story, send to me, I'll look it over, and hopefully I will have another one to read to you soon. But this is a video where I'm going to be discussing dementia. As I've mentioned several times, I was pretty recently diagnosed, and took me a little bit by surprise, so much so that I wanted to make a YouTube channel about it. And I want to mention, for those of you who do not know, there are 7 stages to dementia. Reading over the descriptions of these, it makes me kind of wonder where I am at this. For the most time, obviously, you can tell I'm very lucid. I have a full-time job, a household to take care of, and I can take care of myself. But something very recently happened that made me wonder if I'm not in a little bit of denial on how this disease is progressing. Again, I'm not going to be a pity party. I'm just going to tell you my personal story. And I told you in my first video, I'm doing this as a diary. I want to log how I am doing. And I want to talk to other people who either have been diagnosed with dementia or have a friend or a loved one. Please, I would love to talk to other people. I know this is a small channel. It's not being pushed out to anybody at this point, except for a few lovely people who have left messages. Thank you. I will respond to every single one. But I'm talking about denial. That is not a stage necessarily of dementia, but I'll tell you exactly what I'm talking about. I had a doctor appointment that I had to book months in advance because it was a specialist. It wasn't for dementia. It was like an oral surgeon. I don't care if you know that. And I have to drive quite a distance to get there because I do live in a small town. And so I had been planning this months ago to get into this person. Been thinking about it, getting nervous about the drive, the cost, everything like that. And I made absolutely sure that I had scheduled today off because this is when my appointment was supposed to be. Just as of last week, I made sure that I had today, Tuesday, off so I could go to this appointment. Anyway, long story short, I forgot about it. I completely forgot about it. And I did not realize this until I got a phone call yesterday asking me where I was. You didn't show up for your appointment. And I said, I thought it was on Tuesday. And they said, no, it's on Monday. That's what we scheduled you for. And I went back and looked at my work schedule, and sure enough, I had asked for Monday off. not Tuesday. So sometime within last week when I scheduled Monday off, I forgot and the day got switched in my mind till Tuesday. I've been doing nothing but thinking about this appointment for months. And the fact that in a week's time, instead of going on Monday, it turned into, I thought it was on Tuesday. And I obviously missed my appointment. Now you might think, big deal, people forget things. That happens. But this was a major event that in a week's time, I forgot which day it was supposed to be on. Now, everybody does this. I will concur to that. Everybody forgets stuff. But this particularly upset me. Upset other people in my life because I've been talking about nothing about this oral surgery appointment for how long. And the fact that I actually in the last minute messed up the days, it makes me worried. And the reason why I'm bringing up denial is this. I do have a neurology appointment coming up, and I've got it written down. It's in a number of weeks. But I keep telling the person who's bringing me, I think they're just going to say it's no big deal. This kind of cognitive decline comes with age. He may tell me that it's not as bad as I think it's going to be, or it's not as bad as I'm leading myself to believe. Maybe he's going to tell me, hey, it's not that big of a deal right now. You're not that far along. And when I say that to my people in my life, they just shake their head and they're saying, that's not what they're going to tell you. That's not what they're going to tell you. And I don't like hearing that, but until the doctor tells me that it is as bad as my family apparently thinks it is, I'm going to remain in denial. Because there is this part of me that says this has got to just be on my mind. Everybody forgets stuff. It happens. But am I just lying to myself? I don't know. I've already had one physician tell me I've got 5 years before I will need constant care. I find that very hard to believe. As functioning as I am right now, despite the conversations I forget or appointments I forget, I don't know. But I just want to come in here and just talk about, am I in denial? I don't know. And the next thing I want to mention to you, I briefly alluded to the stages of dementia. And I want to reiterate, I am not a medical professional, okay? Not at all. And so do not take any medical information I give you as absolutely correct, because I could be wrong. And again, if I misunderstand something that a doctor tells me, that could be the case as well. But I want to particularly talk about the first few stages. The first stage of frontal lobe dementia is changes in behavior and personality. When I explained in my other video about how I was diagnosed, that video is still up, there was an incident in a hospital that took place that concerned the physician. I'm not going to go into it. It's in my video that I titled, my diagnosis. That they first of all did a drug test on me, which was negative. And then they looked at a brain scan from a previous injury I had. all because of the very bizarre behavior I exhibited in the hospital that I have no explanation for. What I did and how I acted was very weird. And I don't know, is that stage 1? I don't know. Stage 2 is executive functioning, certain impairment. I personally have not noticed any kind of, here I am trying to think of words, problems in planning things, unless you would use the example that I just gave from today, that I forgot a major appointment. Does that count? And then, so behavior, languages, and executive impairment. Those you can find examples with me, if that makes any sense. Behavior in the hospital, language, trying to find the right words, executive functioning, missing appointments. Then the fourth one is movement and coordination. That I have not noticed. Fine-tune skills, I haven't noticed any issues in that. But when I look at the first 3 stages, behavior, language, and executive functioning, it makes me wonder. I don't know. I'm going to go into this appointment with the mindset that the doctor is going to tell me it's not that big of a deal. It's maybe you've got a little bit of it, but it's nothing to be concerned of for quite a while. That's what I'm hoping, and that's what I'm going to do. But yeah, is Lucy in denial? Maybe. It is what it is. I'm going to ride this out for as long as I can, and you're going to watch me do it if you stay tuned. I really, really hope you can be with me and talk with me. I want to help someone who has a family member that was diagnosed with this and they don't understand. And they understand that they're not alone. This is scary, but it is not a pity party. I'm not putting myself down. I'm going into this with the fact that I'm going to function for as long as I possibly can. And I'm going to document it here. So, I don't know, denial. I don't know. I know this is kind of a little rambling video. I'm going to go back more into the steps, the 7 stages of dementia. I'm going to mention them probably frequently, but I'm still doing the MLM stuff. So my email again is lucylulu710@gmail.com. I want to hear your stories, and I will read them. I'm waiting for the next one. It may be incoming soon, it sounds like, but go ahead. Until then, Lucy and this guy with dementia signing off, and I will see you very, very soon.